Alright, about a month ago, I did a tabletop review on this knife. It's a Tac-Force 705 GC, which stands for green camo. And this will be a little bit of a use test. I noted a few things. The blade's pretty well centered. It's an assisted opening knife. The blade's about 3.5 inches long, and made in China. I did the review because this is one of the most popular selling knives on Amazon, and I wanted to see what it was. Runs about $10. So my thought behind this test, obviously this isn't one of those miracle steel knives. So my thought is to do some cutting tests with it, a little bit of abuse, and as I've done on other tests, I've got a handy Smith sharpener to see how much it takes to bring the knife back to a working sharpness. So with that, we'll do a little bit of a paper test. This is, I haven't sharpened it. This is how it is out of the box. So it's not too bad. My bad. Maybe it's not as good as I was thinking. Of course, it has some fairly aggressive serrations. Don't know if I really like those. I almost wonder if they're more for look than actual performance. But anyway, just a simple test. Here's some 550 cord. The knife probably could have used a touch-up on the blade out of the box, but yeah, it's not cutting all that well, even with just some simple 550 cord. But it's $10. Got some 3/8 inch nylon rope. I'm not expecting a whole lot with that. And it gets through. A lot of force. And part of the issue is I'm having to, yeah, that's terrible. Having to just use the front, inch or so, inch and a half. Let me give it a quick knife sharpening. See if we did any good. A little bit better, and that took me 15 seconds or so. Alright, let's try a little bit of cardboard. Once again, because of those serrations, I can go down into the cardboard. It does help cutting some. So I made it through some cardboard. Let's see what else we can do to this little knife. I have some, we'll do a baton test. This is just some pine left over from one of my projects. There is a little bit of a swedge on the back side of the blade, or top side of the blade. Well, this is not the toughest of wood. Handles that task fairly well. Let's do a little bit of a tip test. Grab a glove. I am worried. I've broken tips before on some of these inexpensive Chinese knives. It has, that swedge does take some support from the tip away, but we'll give it a whirl here. Penetration's not that bad. Ugh. Sorry about the grunt. Yeah, the tip's bent to the right. Not sure if you can see that, but it didn't break. So see if I can bring that back. There, almost perfect. So do have some penetration. The tip didn't break. It did bend. So let's bring it up a notch. This is 22 gauge sheet metal. I think I made it. Let me try to do a little better. Okay, that's 5 strikes. And they all penetrated. Not much penetration. Maybe it's more operator error than anything. Have some sisal rope. This wears a blade fairly quickly. It wasn't cutting that well through nylon rope. Once again, the blade's getting dull. I'll do a few swipes to see if I can bring that edge back. It does have a glass breaker. I don't have any glass to test the glass breaker out. I assume it will work. maybe this rope. I think it's 3/8. This is tough cordage. And it's virtually impossible to cut with this knife. How much you'll be cutting this type of rope with in everyday carry, I'm not sure. I'll do, let's do one more thing. This will, not very optimistic about this, but we might as well try. Have some 1/16 inch aluminum, which I'll try and pound through and see what it does. Not making much progress. That was a terrible hit by me. Yeah, it's barely cutting through there. See what it's done to the blade. A little bit of a nick on the edge. I know you can't see it, but it hasn't rolled the edge. And still not making much headway. Alright, you can see where the coating's damaged. It's just, to be more effective on cutting that aluminum, would be better to use the back part of the blade. So with those serrations, not going to happen. Let me give it a few swipes again real quick, and then there's no, I don't feel any type of rolled edge or burr as I just do a touch up on the edge. Paper test. Well, it's almost cutting better than when I started. So from the factory, the edge is nothing. My bad. Nothing to be real thrilled about. It's okay. I probably need to spend a little bit more time on the edge. Ugh. So even though it's been pounded through some steel and pounded through a little bit of aluminum, cut a variety of things, the edge comes back okay to kind of a working sharpness. So that's just a quick minor torture test on a $10 knife. Oh, let's take a look, see if it's still centered. It is. It's hard to see with everything being black. The assisted opening feature still fires okay. So there's a $10 knife that's popular on Amazon, the Tac-Force 705. Mine's Tac-Force 705 GC. I think that stands for green camo. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching this. And remember, always check your six.